If everybody is wise, wisdom will be common with that right.
Feedback from the future.
This is what I know. I've said it to everyone that cared to listen. The next 5 years is everything. Now, people take that so casually. I believe in numbers. Numbers are pregnant with meaning on many levels, right? But people live so unconscious, right? We have scriptures in the Bible, for example, that says, teach us to number our days, that we may apply our hearts to wisdom. It means that there is a value in numbers that if you miss them, your potential for manifesting wisdom at a level is arrested automatically, just because you cannot number the weight of your own journey, right? And so I'm a person of numbers, and when I speak to God and I try to receive, right, meaning, God speaks to me a lot through numbers, right? And I know that the next 5 years, and I've been saying this since 2018, by the way. I didn't just start saying this. I've been telling anyone that cared to listen. In 2018, my annual program in January, I created a theme. No, in 2019 into 2020, the theme for the event was the end of hope, the rise of darkness. Right? And people were calling me to say, why the end of hope? Why the rise of darkness? What kind of theme is this? Is this not negative? I said, I don't know what is coming, but what is coming is not pleasant. And what is coming is a major reset, and it's going to come with pain. And I spent 4 hours talking about that in that January of 2020. By March, COVID had hit, and all of that drama began. I didn't know anything about COVID. I didn't know any COVID was coming. I didn't have a single idea about COVID, but I knew something dark was coming. And I knew in that darkness, light will shine forth, because light shines out of darkness. And I told everybody that cared to listen, it's going to be dark, but be inspired by the possibility of light in that, because the only reference for light is darkness. So you can't be afraid of evil, otherwise you are blind. When you are mature, you allow evil to instruct your positioning with light, right? And that's the way that I saw that event. And after that, I went on to say, whatever you do with your life from January 1st, 2020, all the way to 2023, December 31st night, whatever you did or did not do will not matter. But whatever you begin to do from January 1st all the way to December 31st night, 2030, will be everything. Now we are 1 year into that already. This is 2025. We have 5 years to go. By December 31st night, 5 years from now, whatever we do or will not do with our lives, with the kind of decisions we are making, whatever we are going to do or not do, we determine the foundation for everything for the next 30 years after it. So 5 years from now would define 2031 to 2060, right? Think about it. Just add 30 years to your life right now. I don't care where you are on this call. I don't care how old you are. If you add 30 years to your life, you are in one of 3 zones. You are either a full-blown adult, or you are so full-blown, you are the departure lounge of life, ready to take the flight, or you have taken the flight. Because if you were 1 today, you'll be 31, full-blown. If you were 10 today, you'll be 40, full-blown. If you were, and I'm talking about from 2031, so no matter how old you are now, you are first going to add 5 years to that to make it to 2030, and then from 5 years, add another 30 years. If you were 20, by 2030, you'll be 50 by 2060. If you were 30, if you are 40, by 2030, you'll be 70 by 2060. If you were 50, I will be 59, because I'm 54 now. I'll be 59. So by 2060, I will be 80 what? I'll be 90 actually. You see what I'm saying? So, or I'll be dead, and I'm not afraid of certainty. This is my instruction tonight before I send a question around everybody and we can round this up. I say to people, once something is certain, once it's sure, it is unintelligent to be afraid of it. It's not smart to be afraid of certainty. It's not smart at all. You're afraid of death. People may pray for you. They may try to, say they're running a deliverance service for you, but what they are really not saying is that you are not smart. You're not a smart person, because if you are a smart person and you do the numbers right, you do the math, you say to yourself, if I'm afraid of death, I'm not going to die later. If I am bold in the face of death, I'm not going to die early. It doesn't matter whether you are afraid of it or not, you will die. So if death is sure, then what kind of person should you be? If death is sure, then your only response should be preparation and strategy. That's all. Your only response to certainty is preparation and strategy, not fear, right? On any form. And there are different levels of certainty. You have loss, disappointment. You will lose in this life, right? If you don't know how to lose, then you can never learn how to win. You'll be betrayed, betrayal, disappointment, falls, rises, all of these things. I tell people, you should not draw any inspiration from praise. Neither should you draw any dejection from criticisms, because both of them in bended time are the same. Those who criticize you will praise you. Those who praise you will criticize you. There's no difference between that, right? So we have to wear a different cap as we face the future. There are different protocols that we need to understand. In the future, there's no middle class there. You are either lower class or upper class. Nations are going to be owning other nations again, not through bombs and wars, but by voluntary colonization. Individuals are going to own municipals and own provinces and own nations, right? Companies like Apple, Amazon are going to own countries again. All these things are not going to happen because anybody is forcing anything on anybody. It's because nations are going to be humble enough to define their geography beyond what they have known, right? And let me tell you, I'm not even sure there'll be Facebook by 2030. I've told everybody that I care to listen. It's my opinion as a futurist, but from my observation, Meta as a company will be big and get bigger. But Facebook as a social media, I doubt they will survive the next 5 years. I say to people that, do you know that by 2030, we're not going to have screens again? We're not going to have phones like you have phones now. There won't be TV in your house. Between our glasses and chips in our brain, we're going to be seeing everything we need to see. Where the air will be our monitor. Can you imagine a world without phones, like in the way we know them? Like your glasses will be doing much more for you than a phone can ever do for you, right? Chips in your, I believe in BrainNet, the partnership between biology and artificial intelligence, right? I believe universities are going to crash in the next 25 years. And in the next 20 years, I believe the test of recall is ending and the test of performance, because just imagine that everybody on this call have ChatGPT in your brain. Just imagine you have ChatGPT in your brain, right? Who's going to set any exam for you? So there's going to be, there's coming an equalization of knowledge where all human beings will know the same thing. And the difference between us will be what we can do. These are the types of future that we are preparing for. Who are you going to be in that? You're not going to be an observer just watching. You're going to be a player, a major stakeholder. I have about 15 questions for Fervent, for Harry, for Jokotade on Saturday. I prepared all the questions. I'll be kind to even share the questions with them before the event so that they can prepare. But I want to bring out message from the future, from their own stories, from their own reality, from their own struggle, and from their own victories, from the type of decisions they've made, from the type of mistakes they've experienced, right? You don't want to miss it. And then I'm going to speak. I'm going to share what I consider to be message from the future. I'm going to be speaking directly to Cypher Spectra. We are going to 21 cities. We've done about 18. It's 21 cities, 21 lectures. We're not repeating any lectures, right? So you don't want to miss it. And I'm going to promise the audience, if it's on Google, we are not going to talk about it. I'm not going to let, if it's on Google, we are not going to talk about it. I can as well send you the link in your house, and you don't need to come to Houston to come listen to what you can read on your phones. So whatever we are talking about is going to have originality, authenticity in it. The questions are curated in such a way that they elicit, newness and freshness, both of thought and of heart. So come in, you can't afford to miss it. But before we go tonight, even as I thank all of my voices here tonight for showing up for the IG Live, our goal is not to teach tonight. It's just to get everybody to know that I'm not just putting faces on the flyers. These are the people on the flyers. They are showing up. You are going to see them on Saturday. We're not hoping anymore. This is happening, right? This is happening. And the conversations are going to be awesome and special and deep, usable, transferable, jargon-free, right? You can take that anywhere you want to go. So get on that. But Fervent, I have one question for you tonight. The question I have for you is, you don't know what is coming on Saturday, but whatever it is, what will be your hope for the audience on Saturday? By the time you are done, what would you like to see in the audience with the people who are going to listen to you on Saturday? What is your hope for them? What's your prayer for them? What's your faith? What's your expectation? Not for yourself, but for the guys who are going to listen to you. Is there something in your mind? And I throw that same question to everybody. So once Fervent takes that, Jokotade will take that, and then Harry will respond to that as well. Go.
I think, well, what I hope is that they see themselves in my story, and that it inspires them to achieve whatever goals they want to achieve. So that's the short answer. But come on Saturday, and I have so much to say. By the way, I was just being. I'm a little. I'm personally awkward on IG Live because I just don't. But I have a lot to say on Saturday. I'm very excited.
No, you're not awkward at all.
Thank you for seeing that in me. Pardon? What?
You're not awkward at all. You are perfect.
Oh, really? I feel like I'm awkward on IG Live, but okay. Thanks.
I can tell you for free, you're not. You're not. I don't want to unleash you. There are questions I can be throwing at you. You are doing everything you're supposed to do. There's no awkwardness here at all. Believe me, Fervent. Believe me. There's none. Not a single one. Yeah, so I align with your hope for the people that they see themselves in your story, and they see their nest in your story, and they see the way forward in your story, right? As they hear you, they hear their nest. Every adjective and every word you put out will speak to the future they are yet to find. And there will be resonance, and there will be meaning, and there will be power. I believe so. JT, over to you.
I couldn't agree more. I told you she's my first cousin, PK. Thank you so much for just making this connection happen. I'm just going to contribute to what she started off, and that's my hope for everyone coming on Saturdays, that you feel seen, and you realize that you're not alone at all in any way, in any form. My hope is that you will experience being understood. You leave our time together understood that, I mean, there is still a path for you. And very importantly, I want people to leave with the clarity that they are seeking, to know precisely what to do. There's so much information out there. People are confused. People are paralyzed because of information. And so I'm hoping and I desire that when you come into the room this weekend, you leave with the spark, the enthusiasm, the clarity, the blueprint that you need to run with. And importantly, the strength. Sometimes you just go into a room. For instance, when PK got into the room this evening, he's not leaving with the same level of energy. His energy has actually scaled up because he was in the room. He got into the room and he leveraged, borrowed energy from his people, and here we are today. He's moving his head. Initially, he was just like this, and now he's moving his head. Now he's like, okay, come on, let's go. He already preached like 3 mini sermons already in the past few minutes. That's what happens when we enter the room. All right. We come in, even if we don't have fire, we borrow fire from others, and then we leave with the light that we need to continue. So that's my hope for the person. I'm looking forward to just collecting and borrowing from my first cousin, my brother, from PK, so that we can be clear on what we need to do next. So I look forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you, JT.
amazing.
I can't wait to drag you into that room. I just can't wait. I can feel the soul in everything you're saying. You know, this is what I'm going to tell you, JT, and this is for Feven and Harry as well. No matter what you say on Saturday, no matter what you say, it's going to be a point of contact to what will be released in the room, right? You are going to be saying something, but what is going to be happening to the people will not just be because of what you're saying, but in spite of what you're saying. Because what you are saying is going to be a catalyst to draw energy into the room beyond the logic of everybody there. So your voice is an amplification. You are going to be raising people into more than you know how the Bible says that you know you could do exceedingly abundantly above what you can imagine or think. You know, your voice will be the instrument on that day. So you are just going to be cool, enjoying yourself, and for every one thing you say, about 200 things will be resonating at the same time. It's spiritual, you know. It's not motivation. It's a real solical thing. It's a real solical thing. So I can't wait. Go, Ari.
Yeah, I mean, amazing. I'm listening and I'm just here. You know, there are two words that came to mind, and one of them is as a result of what you just said, PK. My real desire, my heartfelt desire, is that people will leave activated. And I've been looking for that word in my head. And then as you were speaking, you mentioned the word catalyst, and it just hit me. Because the analogy that came to mind is arrows can be sharp, but we always need to be short.
Mm. Mm.
And no matter how sharp you are, you need rooms like this to catalyze you,
Come
to
on.
activate you, to shoot you forward.
Come on.
And you will do yourself a big disservice if you don't show up. So my desire is that everyone that shows up is activated. The other one is a word that we use a lot in churches, but I'm going to use it differently, is that there will be deliverance.
Mm.
And I say that because in coaching conversations, in conversations with people, people are held back by the chains of survival, such
Mm.
that messages like these they feel far-fetched. They feel like it's not for me.
Mm.
Because when you are gasping for oxygen, you can't dream boldly.
Mm.
So I'm praying that people will be delivered from that survival and just stability mentality, and see that the commitment and the activation over the next those 2 days, especially Saturday, will launch them into those years that you mentioned. So they will be delivered fully from whatever is holding back in survival. Those are my two desires: activation and deliverance.
I feel it. I feel it. I feel it, Harry. Activation and deliverance. Arrows can be sharp, but they need to be short. That's a tweet. Have you tweeted that? You know, that's such a powerful one. Arrows can be sharp, but it needs to be short. Powerful. Listen, I'm excited. I want to tell everybody on the call. Um, it doesn't matter where you are in America or in Canada. Flying is just how many dollars? You'll be in the room. Come enjoy. You're not paying for anything, right? The room is prepared for you. It doesn't matter if you're going to be 50 or 100. We don't know what our numbers will be, but we're going to have a time of shift. It's going to be shift and shift galore, right? So get your cousins, get your boss, get your colleagues, your neighbor, You know, get everybody you know and say, hey. And if for whatever reason you are not here in Houston, tell everybody you know there and say, this is happening in your city. Are you aware? This is happening in your city. Are you aware? You should be in the room and get everybody in. I can't wait to receive these beautiful people. I can't wait to fellowship with them and together to talk about the future. All right. Everything is about the future. Cypher Spectra, message from the future. Get ready, everybody. Tell everyone you know, lock in. Do what you have to do. Clear your calendar. You know, make room. It's going to be a beautiful day. What I know is that there's going to be clear, measurable shift from point A to point B. For whatever those points are, whatever your point A is, whatever your point B is. For me as a person, I'm going to experience the same shift, right? I don't call people in, I not go in myself. So we're calling everybody to the nest because I'm also going to the nest. So there's going to be a movement for me from point A to point B, and I know my point A and I know what my point B is, and I'm going to shift, right? And that's true for everybody. The shift from point A to point B, whatever those points are for each one of us, we're going to make that shift, right? We've spoken in a very ordinary way, but we are doing extraordinary things, right? And so you enough said, the next thing is experience. So put yourself together, do your budget, you know, see you in the room.
Yeah.
And you speak by faith what you think the energy at the end of it will be. What do you think?
Sincerely, let me take from all that my sister and my new cousin from Eritrea that is coming on Saturday. I summed it up, PK, because sometimes you think the future is something that is to come, but the future is first an internal experience, an internal reality that propels and prepares you for action. I mean, if people, God can decide to collapse time for you, but God would never ever help you see the future more than what you have seen already. I feel that it's going to be an opportunity for people to experience not just deliverance that we see in church, not just, but it is a reactivation of the mindset. I tell people nobody has the right to enslave you more than what you can agree. And I sincerely feel a lot of people in this country, especially in our community, have agreed with certain things that enslave them, even though they're not in chains. PK, you are going to release men from physical and mental slavery. It's going to be a capacity to just stop to be ordinary, to know that they can be extraordinary. The people are incapacitated in certain ways, but you're coming with it, make them see their capacities in another ways that they have never thought about before. In fact, when people would take their degrees on after that, they'll be like, what exactly do I have this for? So people will take all the experiences they have because there's going to be a mindset, re-engineering and exposure to the future. What everybody's afraid of, really, PK, is the future. You know, nobody can predict it, but you can have a glimpse into what it can be by the action that you take today. So you are going to propel us to internal thinking that is going to make us see the future now, and we'll begin to take the steps to get there. I'm excited. I'm opportunity to be, you know, where I was there last year in Dallas, and walking away from that event, I know what it did to me. I'm really about to be blown away. I'm coming blank. I'm ready to be loaded. I'm ready to receive. I'm ready to listen. Thank you so much, PK, for the opportunity.
You're most welcome, Dr. TJ. Thank you, man of God. Appreciate you.
Thank
Honor
you so
you.
much.
Can't wait for Saturday. You heard it all, people. We're calling it a wrap tonight. The goal tonight is just to let you know we are pause check. We are live. We are well. We have planned. Everything is set. It's you we are waiting for. So get out of your comfort zone. Be in the room. Like I said, it's a free event. All you have to do is just show up.
Share. Send it to everybody you know. Tag everybody you know. It doesn't matter the number that is there. Just come. You say turn up.
Yeah. Keep tagging. Keep sharing. Keep sending. Pick the flyer up. Do everything. Stay on this page. There'll be a lot of updates as we go on. And it's pkalone.com. Check it out on the website so that you can have more details. Till then, Thank you very much. It's your boy PK here, signing out.
Thank you so much, PK. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Have a great night.
Do you enjoy Olakunle Soriyan's content here on YouTube? Then you should be on Illuminate. It's the mentoring platform of Olakunle Soriyan with over 25 years of private sessions, decoded frameworks, and content unavailable anywhere else. Visit www.pkilluminate.com. Subscription starting from $60 per month.
Feedback from the future.